Hello, friends. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today we're talking about self care. Do we really need it? I'm going to do some diving into it and see because it's a word, it's a special, I'm going to quote it word self care. Everybody's using it now. What does it really mean? And why do we need it? So, I have some articles that I have picked out to go over today. Um, let's see. Dun, dun. So, if you're new here, my name's Crystal. I have anxiety, generalized anxiety, severe depression, and that's all I've been diagnosed with. Allergies, all the other. But for my mental health, I have some issues. Welcome and welcome everybody who wants to talk about everything about mental health. Mental health also goes along with our chronic illness. It goes along with our lives in general. How are we coping? What are we doing? So I just want to know everything that you're comfortable telling. Okay. Don't feel like you need to share anything that you don't want to share. And let's start talking about it. Okay. I am going to go over here. Okay. Here we go. What does self care mean and why is it important? I just keep hearing everybody talking about self care. It's everywhere now, where it used to just be, I'd see it in my mental health articles. We talk about it on some of the websites and apps that I subscribe to about mental health, but now everybody is saying it. Um, It says, quick read why self care matters. Self care is an activity that's good for your physical and mental well being. These activities are different for every person, depending on what you need and enjoy. Everybody does not need skincare. Everybody does not need gaming. Everybody does not need food. You know, a lack of self care may result in burnout and an increase in anxious feelings. Take small, mindful steps to incorporate self care into your daily life. So, even just taking a minute to breathe, I think counts as self care personally. Um, what my whole thing is, it's getting overwhelming because everybody is talking about self care, self care, self care. If you don't do self care, I don't want you to feel, hey, Melanie, how are you? Beautiful makeup artist. Today I'm talking about self-care, and now it's a huge buzzword. Like everybody's saying it, but what does it really mean to us in the mental health area? We are the people that started this is where I first saw the words in my mental health blogs, in my mental health articles. Taking care of yourself is basically all it means, and in any way that you find for you. It doesn't have to be a day at the spa, but it can be. It doesn't have to be a day on the beach, but it can be. Whatever makes you feel good, and makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself, just for your mental health. So I like to garden. So just going outside, I was outside this morning with my sister, just sitting and chatting for a minute. She got a little bit of a break and popped over. And yeah, I really enjoyed just sitting and talking to her. So for me, I can't say that that's my self care routine because some people have routines now, self care routines. But being in the sunlight felt really good to me, and I believe that that was a form of self-care, and it was only like 10 minutes. So, self-care doesn't have to be all involved a whole day. It can be teeny tiny little things that you do for yourself during the day. Eating a little piece of chocolate could be considered self-care, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, and, we're looking at the articles. So, let's see. And Metal Music was here. Warm days outside. Hope to get a peek at Jamie. I wanted to tell you, I saw your message. Jamie and I have been talking about starting slumber parties back up for trivia and then cash prizes. So I just need to, she's doing some stuff right now, so she's not really available, but I'm thinking in a couple Fridays we might be able to. So, hi, Hippy Dippy. I'm good, getting ready to go work out. Got to keep up on that for my diabetes, which so far I'm good with that. Have a full checkup at the end of the month. Fingers crossed A1C is still in the fours. Ooh, fours. Yes. Fingers crossed. That's awesome, Melanie. Yes. Some exercise and some eating right. I don't know if you've got nice weather where you're at now, but that changes everything, doesn't it? It's not just me, right? Nice weather makes us feel good. And I was watching the news today because now I'm a news watcher. Um, you secrete serotonin when you're out in the sunlight because of the vitamin D. And serotonin is what the people who are depressed, and we need the serotonin and it lifts our moods. So, scientifically, yes, the sun does actually make us feel better. So, I thought that is so cool. And I'm going to mention it today in my live. So yes, I hope your checkup goes well. And A1C of 4 is always. I'm in Vegas. Oh, you're in a totally different animal because we've just gotten out of the cold. I'm unhappy about it getting hot, honestly. What are is right now a nice time for you? Are the temperatures tolerable? Because I know it gets hot there. I've been there. I know it gets hot, and I am not a heat. Like, I love the sun and the warmer weather. Like, I'm good with 70s, you know, high 70s, 65. I'm good in that area, but we're going to hit 80s and 90s. We always do in the summer, and it's going to get muggy, and the air is going to have to come on, and, it's not going to be as nice as it is right now. Hippy Dippy, how are you doing? So, okay. So let's see. Let's go back to the article real quick. So my whole thought is like self-care is a buzzword now. You know what I mean? It's a hashtag. Everybody's doing it, talking about it. And for some of us, those that are depressed or whatever, it was 93 yesterday. Uh that is too hot, isn't it? Yeah. That's why I don't live in Vegas, but I know a lot of people love it there. A lot of people love it there. We have not turned on the AC yet. I'm gonna hold out as long as I can. When I have trouble is when it's stuffy and I feel sticky. It's ugh. And I don't think you guys have high humidity, but still, hot is hot. 93 is hot. You know how people say, "Oh, it's a dry heat." And I know you live there, Melanie, but I would be like, "It's still 93 degrees." Yeah. Okay, let's go back to this one here. Okay, let's state the obvious. Yes, I think it's a positive trend too. It just can be overwhelming to some of us, I and then I was like, um, I don't want people to feel bad if they can't self-care, whatever self-care means. Do you know what I mean? I keep putting it in quotes because I think it's a great positive trend, but I don't want it to end up like, "Oh, you don't use self-care? What's wrong with you?" Because human beings are like that, and that can happen. Um, so yes, I see the trend myself. And my hope is that everyone's mental health awareness, that it doesn't go away, that it's not just a trend, that it's um in our culture in the United States, it's something that we're finally going to start putting some type of importance on our mental health, you know. Um, okay, let's see what was in the article. Let's state the obvious. The pandemic has been stressful, tiring, and trying, and that's putting it mildly. And apparently the pandemic is over. They signed some kind of paper in Washington, so we're no longer in the emergency pandemic. I thought that was interesting. um, So I guess that means it's not as common as it was. It's still out there, just like the flu. It's still going to be out there. I don't think the COVID is going to go away, but yeah, they signed some kind of thing. It's no longer an emergency. I should say COVID's not gone, but the pandemic emergency is over. So we'll see what that's all about. Okay, let me go back. This is easier to read. Yeah. So it's no surprise that you probably heard all sorts of advice about how important it is to practice self care for your physical and emotional well being. Yes, everyone has advice for us now. But what is self care exactly? And cue the septics, cue the skeptics. You can see where my mind was going with that. The ones that are full of poo poo. Does it actually make a difference? Morgan Turner, a licensed independent clinical social worker who sees patients at the UW Neighborhood Ballard Clinic, explains what self care does and doesn't mean, why it's important, and how to incorporate into your everyday life. Hello, Frugal Mama. How are you doing? We're talking about self care today. It's so good to see you. Hi, Nona Grace. I was checking out your chickens the other day. Is it weird to say that chickens are cute? I thought they were so cute, your chickens. Me too, but I'm with you, seeing what everyone considers self care. And if people compare what they do to make them feel they're not doing it right, but what you need and I need can differ. Absolutely, Melanie. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Don't pressure me to do what you think is self care. You know, um, don't don't put it on all over social media. And then when somebody does something different than you, hashtag self care, like myself, come for them or be mean or troll them because they're not like you. And those of us that are different, we know it's going to happen because it always does. If you're different, you, I don't fit the normal standard. And I keep doing this now that I did it once. I'm like, self care, self care. I gotta stop it. Anyways, you guys understand where I'm coming from because that's what's going to happen. Everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon. If you don't jump on the bandwagon with so and so, then it's going to be, well, who do you think you are? Why do you think you have an opinion? Well, because I do have an opinion, and my self care is different than yours. Like coffee, that's self care to me. That makes me feel happy. It gets my motor running, and I enjoy it. I do my best not to abuse it, but I do enjoy it. Hey, Lori. I am that. You are what? I just ran my mouth for 20 minutes. I don't remember what I said. Different. I think you're agreeing with me that there are some of us that just we don't follow the norm, and we're the first ones to get made fun of and told that we're wrong, and we're not wrong. We are good people. We are smart people. Yes. Yes. F those people. Right, Melanie? Yes. I'm having a really hard time with any self care. The only thing I can do is go out in my garden. My mind can't stop with all my PTSD. See my grandsons drowns. We could do nothing about it. Yep. Yep. Lori. And that is difficult to live with. That is a difficult thing to live with. You are a strong person. You've come here to talk to us today. And we we understand that you have trauma. Everyone's trauma is different, and how you deal with it is different, and it's okay. Any way you deal with it is okay. Any coping mechanisms you have are okay. um I don't want to be like everyone. You do you is kind of what I am thinking. Oh, and also I wore my shirt today. It's okay to not be okay. Mental health awareness. So last week we started talking about depression, and depression goes in cycles. And I did know self-care while I was depressed. I'm having a hard time with self-care right now because all the things going on in my life. I understand, Lori. Yeah. I understand. I went through that when I was sick. The first thing to go out the door, skincare. first thing. Makeup, first thing, um, taking showers. Really didn't wanna do that either. Did it, didn't wanna do it. Um, Shaving my, well, legs. I self-care today by sitting outside with my socks and shoes off. Yes, Nona, that's what I mean. We each have our own different types of self-care. It doesn't have to be a long skincare routine. I felt so guilty that I wasn't doing my skincare. I felt like, how could you neglect yourself so much? I can't tell you all the voices in my head, but I felt very bad and I was already depressed. So that just made it worse. Um, and I'm like, why? It's such a buzzword now. Love that, Nona. Yes. Yes. I was talking earlier. That's what I did today with my sister. We left our shoes on, but my sister came to visit and I sat out in the sun for a good 10-15 minutes, just on a short break she had. And we were chatting and I feel so good. So good. Um, Melanie says, we're all worthy of acceptance and we all just need to keep trying to do what helps us feel good. The world is so scary right now, right? We need to feed our hearts and souls in ways that make us happy. Yup. Yup. But Lori said she's gardening, which I love. Oh, you can't do that, Crystal. The Mac is not a touch screen yet. I think gardening is also a form of self-care, Lori. Only wash my face and no makeup. And I love skincare. I love it. I have piles of it. Love, love, love it. I felt like I was neglecting myself. And I was, but not doing the self-care. I wish it had not added to my depression or my feelings. Like I'm a bad person because I'm not doing self-care. So that's not true. If you're not doing self-care, there's a reason you're not doing it, and you will get to it when you get to it. And you just got to get through the tough times first. I mean, that's how I feel now. When I was in it, I just felt crappy. Hey, truly amazing. How are you? Um, yeah, I just don't want it to become a thing where oh, you don't self-care? Well, what's wrong with you? You know, that kind of a thing. I love gardening, yeah. Gardening is the best. And you get your mind on the flowers or the dirt in your hands. The mower, if you can push the mower. I can't really anymore, but I go to counseling twice a month, but where it affects me the most is in my stomach. Oh, yes. You get the nervous stomach. But I think anything we do, gardening, sitting in the sun. I would like to, we moved into a trailer park. What, I don't know what they're called now. I call it a trailer park because I'm an old lady, but they have a pool, a really nice pool. So I'd like to try to do that as well. Embarrassing to say, I hadn't washed my face and done skincare for about 2 months. I'm coming out of my funk and have started doing again in the last 3 days and nights. I totally understand, Melanie. I was right there with you. Um, just I didn't want to I didn't feel good enough to do the things. The first I was in bed all the time. I was sick. Then when I finally was able to get out of bed, I sat all the time. So it wasn't on my mind to do makeup, skincare, all the things. Lori said, I've already gotten pepper, zucchini, and potatoes. Ooh, your corn is almost ready and acorn squash. Well, I'll be washing my face and yes, we got to put sunscreen on our faces. Time is, I should do it all year. But again, like I said, I was lax this winter. I was really good last winter about my skincare. So I do have a sunscreen right here that I put on when I do my skincare. Um, but yeah, sunscreen is so important now. And you live in Vegas, Melanie. I'm sure you already understand all the benefits being a makeup artist and stuff. So, but yeah, I fell into that, and you shouldn't be embarrassed. Isn't that like I was too? I was too for not doing my self-care. Why do we feel like that? Why do we feel like, if we don't do, that's the part, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I get it. It's good for me. I love, but why is there why do we have to qualify it, I guess, is my point. I try not to qualify things because, like, when people say, "It was so hard for me to get my car this weekend because I kept having panic attacks and I just couldn't even sleep when I got there." Oh, Lori. You definitely need to do some gardening then to get yourself in a better place if you have the energy to do it. And one of the things that hasn't gone into the mainstream yet is spoons. If you have enough spoons, you know. Hey Patrick, House Panthers. Oh, I gave them catnip. So they would leave me alone while I was doing my live. They're not in here. They're in the window in the kitchen. The window's up and they're like, "Sup, dude." Nothing fits me and it's horrible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gaining it back slowly but surely. But the doctor was like, "Oh, congratulations." And I was like, "But look at everything is sagging." It's not always if you don't want to lose the weight, it's not always a good thing. But everybody's like, "Oh, you lost weight, you lost weight." I said, "Yeah, now everything hits the floor." Yes, the Panthers are catnip wasted. Yes. They're in that window. I got the screen's down, but the window is up so they can hear the birds and stuff. They're loving that. Loving that. And then so I gave them the catnip and they're just like, "Yeah, this is good." It's just funny because of my profession. I don't always do the fundamentals of taking care of my skin. Do as I recommend, not as I do. Yeah. Right. When we're in videos trying to, communicate that. Hey, paranormal gaming, how are you doing? So good to see you. Um, when you're doing videos and you want to show someone makeup or, and you're not taking care of your skin. And you guys may not be able to see it, but when I get close up, I can see it. And you don't want to do any videos. You definitely don't want to. And pictures, I mean, I'll let anybody take a picture of me because I'm like, it doesn't matter what size you are, just record the moment. Cat munchies are needed. Yes. Oh, I have it. When I get up, when we get done at 3, I'll go put their treats down. I get them those the ones that are good for their teeth. What the greenies, the little greenies cat treats. And if I can get the catnip ones, they like those too. Yeah. So I probably won't be showing you anyone unless they, wander in here, which is surprising that they're not, but I did give them catnip. So okay. So we're talking about self-care. Don't feel like you have to self-care like everyone else self-cares. Do your own self-care, what makes you feel good. It has been interesting. Well, that's awesome. Is anything going on? Is there something going on you'd like to tell us about? We'd love to hear. Um, yeah, do what feels good to you. If something as simple as peanut butter and jelly makes you happy, don't eat 10, but do it. You know what I mean? Just the comfort foods. Sorry about that. Um, I finally have my live playing, so at least I'm here. you know, Self-medicated with catnip. Yeah, that's their they don't have self-care. They just have care. I'm the dealer. Oh, and they're picky too. I got dollar store catnip. Anybody can relate to this? Let me know. They don't like it. They like the Kong catnip. Apparently it's better. Who knew? Yeah, they're like, I'll eat it, but it's not the same. But I put that Kong catnip down, and they're like, hello. It's why I haven't started sharing my lessons. I'm feeling better now, so hopefully I'll start doing my what I learned at makeup school series. Yes, I think that would be awesome. I think that would be so fun to watch. So I got to do something now, but I will come onto your lives more often because they are helpful. I have to say goodbye. Have a great day, Lori. Thank you for coming in, and I do hope you feel better. I hope we put a smile on your face today. Um, okay, should I go back to and see what's on the paper? Oh, I have to go up. We'll go back here and here. Wrong one. And what does self-care mean? What is self-care? We'll come back over here. I like to read it over here so I can still see the comments. So that's why I'm here. Oh, I don't know if Frugal Mama, if you're still here, are you guys going on today? I tried to go last week and I got sidetracked. So you should come and do a show with me, Melanie. Yeah. Melanie's in Vegas, Patrick. Oh, you mean like like when you had us on and you just talked like vlog style, like a StreamYard. StreamYard. Yes. Yes, that would be awesome. If you don't know him, Melanie, I think you probably do. Patrick, Half Cheetah Will View. He is an excellent interviewer. He is really good at he talks to a lot of people who are in the movies and stuff like that. I love when he does FX makeups people. I love that. So, yes, you should totally be on one of his 8 questions with or whatever he does. He does a lot of stuff on his channel if you haven't checked him out. Please, you guys, if you haven't checked out Have Cheatable View, please check him out. He's awesome. And he is very active on YouTube, not like me. You will find him and he will have stuff for you to watch. Yeah, Patrick's an awesome YouTuber and interviewer. He's a great guy. I can't say any more about him. He's just awesome. All right. Let me go back over here. I talked to Jamie. Oh, yeah. I never gone on with anyone. I have no idea how to. Oh, Melanie. Oh, Melanie. I think we'll have to. You're on Instagram. I have you on Instagram. Did you guys see what I got from Pinky Jean? Do, 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 do. I should, me and Jamie, we should do like a class on how to get on StreamYard. I'll talk to her about that because she knows all the like I know how to do this, bring this, but she knows like the business part. She knows like how to get people on with you. And usually, Melanie, it's really easy. You would go to his live and you would go in his comments and he would Instagram you a link to the StreamYard. So you just need a video camera and a microphone, which could be your cell phone or your computer. And it's the easiest way to do it is with a link. Me and Jamie, we are on the same account. That's different. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's here, everybody. Hey, hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, and that all your appointments are going good. I don't want to hijack your streaming topic. Oh, no worries, Melanie. But Patrick, if you are interested, really interested in doing that, she is on Instagram, MUA Melanie Treese. Right, Melanie? No. Collab time with Jamie and Crystal. Yes, Patrick. I would love that. Jamie said, no, she's not doing okay. Uh-oh. We might have to have a chat after, huh? I do want to see if Frugal Mama and Busy Mama are going to be on today. The mamas. It's one of my favorite lives too. Of course, with Jamie and Patrick as well. Hey, Nightingale Wednesday. How are you doing? Yes, same name on IG. I thought so. I've seen you on IG. So, Patrick, if you want to get in touch with Melanie, same name on IG, and I will get in touch with Melanie about StreamYard. There's a couple. He said, I am, and I will reach out to Melanie. Yay, Patrick! Yay! Hi, Ms. Pretty Lady. How are you? Welcome. They canceled my surgery. I passed every test. The surgery was scheduled for tomorrow, but they canceled it because of my A1C. Yes, they will do that, Jamie. They will do that. What did they tell you to do, and when can you reschedule it? I'm doing fine. The weather's getting warmer. Right? Yay! The weather warm in your area. Yes, it is. I'm in Michigan, and today it's going to be high 70s, low 80s. Oh, we got a panther sighting. We got a panther sighting. Hello. Are you still reeling from the catnip? Oh, I've been good. I've been good. I was sick for quite some time. This is only my second live back. So I love weather. Me too. I love it. Check again in 4 weeks. Oh no. Miss Pretty Lady likes the warm weather too. It makes us feel good. I was telling everybody earlier that on the news, scientifically, nice weather causes us to release serotonin, which is something that we need when we're depressed. Well, we need it all the time, but when we're depressed, we need it even more. And it helps us to feel better scientifically. I love scientific stuff. Um, you gotta stop the pop, Jamie. You gotta. You gotta. Thank you, everybody, for acknowledging my kitty. Yes, it is frustrating and disappointing, but you gotta stop the pop. You gotta. How off is your A1C? Ooh. How do you wanna tell us, Jamie? I remember the last time she told me, I went, "Oh my gosh." We had good weather this week, but back to the cold next week. We're gonna get that too. I'm in southeastern Michigan. Um, we're gonna get into I think down to the 50s. 40s and 50s. I don't know if I'm staying in Pennsylvania because of a lot, if different appointments or go to Indiana for Decker. I don't know. A lot. It went up, Jamie. Holy cow. All right, Melanie. What what are you having surgery for? She's been having a lot of issues. And if you want to tell him, Jamie, go ahead. I think you should stay until you have it removed. If you go back, you're not going to go back and get it removed. I never drink pot, but drink too much coffee. I do too, Nona Grace. I try not to drink too much, but I don't put sugar or cream in my coffee. I just drink it black. So my A1C was 5. So when Melanie said hers was 4, I was like, "Holy cow, that's awesome." Um there it is. She's having surgery for pain pump malfunctioning removal. You do register soda. I have been able to switch to 0 sodas, but I know that's a hard addiction to kick. Yes. She started doing really good, and then, you know, you can never have too much coffee, right, Patrick? Paranormal and gaming is like, ouch. You were at 9 a month ago. I think 9 is still too high, Jamie. Would they do surgery if it was 9? I don't know if they would do surgery if it was in the 9s, because they want it to be below 7. I know that. So when I first started Trulicity, I was at like 7.5. And now I am, like I said, I'm in the 5s. And if you had pot before they checked your A1C, it raised it. Well, no, A1C is over time. Okay, so they checked your if you were at 9 a month ago, I have never had my sugar tested except when I was pregnant. Okay. Really, Nona? Your doctors don't want you to check your sugar? Oh, it has to be a 9 or below. So they will do it at a 9. I didn't know that. I thought that's still kind of high, but when I was super sick last year and ended up in the hospital, didn't know I was diabetic. In the hospital, my A1C was almost 15. Holy cow. From 15 to a 5. See, Jamie, it can be done. It can be done. Yeah. It's just I I just know stupid Kroger had 99-cent 2 liters. Uh-oh. See, that's what Jamie was talking about. You get them on sale. It's cheaper than drinking even bottled water. Miss Pretty Lady said, "I live in California, so the weather is in the mid-70s." Oh, that's nice. And Nona says, "I'm very low risk." Oh, okay, so you must have great genes, Nona. And did I tell you, I thought your chickens were cute. Is that normal? Like, I think most people are scared of chickens, but I thought they were so cute. And then your little fussy girl, then you had to put in a different coop. She was cute with her little ruffling feathers. I pretty much like all animals. I'm not like animal specific. I like them all. I only have cats and dogs though. All right, so today we've been talking about self-care, and my worry is that self-care is gonna become a trend that, people are gonna be like, "Well, don't you self-care?" Of course, you have to self-care. Everyone self-cares, and it's like, I was a 12 when they put the pump in, 11.5 when they fixed it, and when I brought that up, they said I must have fell through the cracks. And this is the same place, not the same surgeon, but the same place you had it done. I'm obsessed about carbs and sugar, though I'm fortunate to be someone who can be strict like that. I know it's not easy it's not. No, I am not strict. I am not strict. So Trulicity is from God as far as I'm concerned. Thank you. Emma is my broody girl. Sad, but Mr. Brown passed away at the vets. Oh, I know that's the one thing that happens when we have animals that I had a puppy, my puppy Rue, the one that used to bark all the time. He passed away in December. She just says, I'm afraid of having chicken fall off my plate. Paladin would love that probably. Because when my cats get a hold of it, they're like, yum, yum, yum. You can hear them. Yum, 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 yum. Yep. Same place and only people who will touch me. Yep. Yeah. I say stay there, work on that A1C. I know that your son needs you. I know that. And I know that Decker needs you. But this has been going on for quite some time and you have to get it fixed. Chronic pain messes with your mental health. Try drinking Crystal Light in a pitcher. I put 2 cups less water than they say, and it tastes better, less watered down. Great, great information, Jamie. Try drinking the Crystal Light. Zoinks. I wish I could be strict. It is hard, but you're not going to get your surgery if you don't get your A1C down. Weren't you using Trulicity or something like that? What's the other one? Ozempic. There's a whole bunch of them now. Because that's what actually helped me get mine back down to normal. And for it being so high, you must not have had it. I'll try that because today she said basically water. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, basically water. And Crystal Light will give your water some flavor. So um I drink bottled or filtered water um because well I can. It's something that we put in our budget because my husband drinks bottled water as well. I've told you he's bipolar, so he's got a thing about open containers. So coffee has water in it. Yes, it does. Patrick, you are correct. Coffee has water in it and it counts. Yes, it does. The sweet tea Crystal Light is delicious, very sweet tasting if you want the sugar taste. Metformin, yes, but only once a day. They just upped it to 2 times a day. I thought you were getting the shot as well, the Trulicity. I take metformin 2 times a day and I take the shot. Yeah. So, yeah, get that down, get that taken out. Um, and so they must have looked at the imaging on the disc and said that they have to take it out. Okay. Um, so self-care. My concern is that it's going to become a trend and people are going to use it to troll people. And you know that's going to happen because there are trolls. Yes, the pen, but they up that too. Good. Good. Oh, you used the pen and you still had an 11? Holy cow. That is crazy. There might be something with your insulin and whatnot. Yeah. Um, because the Trulicity is not insulin, it's a pen that you just 11.4. Yes. Yes. So, um, my doctor was gonna up my Trulicity and, my numbers, like I said, I was 5 on my, what is that called again? Your total A1C, and so she did not change it, thank you goodness, because I think what's working is working, leave it alone. So, okay, so we're talking about self-care. Let me go back to this page. Self-care is the necessity to do things that are good for our physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. And when you're thinking about self-care, remember that. It's for your physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. It's not for anybody else's. It's for yours, for you. I'm on metformin, 2 pills twice a day. I'm curious if they're going to adjust that and see how I do. I have taken insulin since September because I'm under 100 when I test my glucose. Yes, you don't need insulin. They might lower your metformin. Hey Zach, how are you doing? Hey Zach. We're talking about self-care today. And it's to do things that are good for your physical, emotional, and psychological well-being, for yours, not for someone else's, for your well-being. So because someone else does a certain thing doesn't mean that you need to do a certain thing. I've seen some celebrities using health wellness to scam their audiences. An example would be MLMs. Yes. Yes. Don't buy something that someone is selling because they say that it's going to make you awesome. Don't do it. MLMs are horrible. And a lot of people do participate in them. I'm running to the pharmacy to pick up my new meds. Should only take a minute, but I will be listening. Ozzy is coming at 4, so I want to get it before he gets here. Oh, okay. Just woke up from a nap. All right, Zach. That is self-care right there, a nap. Mhm. So yeah, that's I think that's my big thing is, it's we hear about it, people talk about it all the time now. But what does it really mean? In essence, it's doing something that helps your body, mind, or soul feel good. For someone, that can mean taking care of your physical health by going on a walk, eating nutritious foods, getting enough sleep, or simply making sure you're able to fit in a shower each day, right? Just taking a shower. It can sometimes be a lot on us, especially if we're depressed or in pain or any other things. Yes, Melanie. Self care is called self care because it's tailored to yourself. Jamie said, won't take long. Everything is so close here. No worries, Jamie. No worries. I'm not going to be done till 3. So no worries. Okay. Making sure you're able to fit in a shower each day. For others, it can mean nurturing your mental health with daily meditation sessions, practicing a hobby you love, or connecting with friends and family. Right? So that's it. We just want to get to the heart of self-care is for yourself. And don't let anyone try to tell you otherwise. Um, don't let anyone try to make you feel less than for not doing the self-care that they do. That's really what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to hit on, because it is trendy now, and you have to watch out. Like earlier, I think it was Nightingale Wednesday who said about the MLMs. You got to watch out because people will take advantage of you under the guise of self-care, self-care. You know, so I think I'm one of those people that once people jump on my bandwagon, I like to jump off. Anybody else with me here? I think that's part of being having mental health challenges. So, yeah, someone gets on my bandwagon, there's too many people, I gotta jump off and find another one. Mm. Okay. Did I scroll up on that? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. And in some cases, it can even mean setting healthy boundaries by giving yourself permission to turn down invitations to certain activities or to stop engaging in a negative relationship. That can be taking care of yourself. I love this article. This is the first time I'm reading it. So, yeah, maybe you just need to separate from someone who is causing you harm or is not good for your mental health. I'm taking you outside and sit in the sun. Oh, yes. Take us outside. I love the sun, Nona. I love it. Okay. Self care is anything. Oh, wait. There's no one right way to practice self care. It can take on a variety of forms depending on what you like and what you need, not what someone else thinks you need, what you need. So, self care for me is not feeling guilty about saying no. Like, my calendar is very busy. I have family and some friends, and there's only 7 days in the week. Man, from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, it flew by. I still haven't emailed, and I haven't seen her here yet. Keto, I got to email her. We're talking about doing a collab. So, let's see. Your self-care can change depending on your mental health at different levels. When you're not doing great, a shower is a big step. When you feel better, a walk around the block is big. Exactly. Exactly. And it doesn't have to be something huge. It can be something small that just makes you feel good, like going outside, sitting in the sun, or staying in the air, reading a book. I pulled out, I used to read at work, and I cleaned out my van. So I found a book that I was reading when I left work. I'm going to finish it. And then there's a part three. So I'm very excited about that. And to me, turn off the TV and reading the book is self care. And this kind of weather, I love to sit outside, a little bit of a breeze, and read a book. Yep. And it's true. Little things like taking a shower, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, just daily hygiene things can get lost in your depression. Self care is anything that leaves you feeling enriched or nourished. Turner notes it's adaptable. What self care is for one person will look very different from someone else. I couldn't have written this better myself, right, you guys? This is awesome. So, yes, it can change, it can vary, it can change from day to day. Hello, Joe. How are you doing today? Um, I'm going to go over to the self care article and scroll up. Do, do, do. Okay. So today we're talking about self-care, Joe. We just I just want to it's very trendy now. Everyone's saying self-care. Self-care here, self-care there. It's on the news, it's in the magazines, in the big newspapers, whatever, all over the place. And it can be overwhelming for some of us. Just got done mowing, a little sore but good otherwise. Awesome. Awesome. I cleaned out the van yesterday. I'm a little bit sore too, but um I would love to be able to mow. Are you one of the outside people, Joe, when it gets is it nice by your house? Is it nice where you're at right now? Because we were talking about the weather, how it's nice, real nice today in southeastern Michigan. And I think I saw Lois, and she's getting the same, Life with Lois. I think she's getting the same weather I'm getting. Sometimes she gets totally different weather because she's way up in Michigan. But yeah, it's beautiful today. So it's a beautiful day. Yes, the sun is awesome. I'm passing this tidbit on to everybody today, not just you, Joe, but everybody. I've talked about it like 500 times so far in the live, but when we get out in the sun, our body produces more serotonin, and it's good for us. For our depression and just everyday life in general. So, there is a scientific reason that the sun makes us feel so good. I just thought I would just tell everyone that because, well, science is good. Hmm. Okay, let's go back. What counts as self-care? This part we might not. While self-care activities are broad and wide-ranging, there's a difference between something that's actually helpful and something that's harmful. Take behaviors like going on an online shopping spree you can't afford. That would be not self-care. Um, or drowning a bottle of wine in one sitting, not self-care. These may make you feel free and happy in the moment, but they're ultimately result in negative consequences. Hello, maxed out credit cards and massive hangovers. Yes, that is true. That is true. Mowing makes me feel useful. Wait, I'm slowly organizing my apartment. I have a lot to do and clean, so a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't feel overwhelmed. That's good to do it a little bit at a time. Mowing makes me feel useful as far as self care. I try to do it at least 5 minutes every day. I totally agree with you about the feeling useful because I do like to feel useful. And I find myself when my husband comes home, I'm like, see, look what I did, you know, where I wasn't a person like that before. I was like, see, I did do something today, you know. The chickens are doing self-care dust bathing. They know they got it right. They know. Mhm. Um, we were talking about what is self-care to us. Like, it could be meditation, it could be just going for a walk, it could be just petting your cats, which I did earlier. Um, it could be anything that makes you feel cared for, anything. Um, it could be playing a game, reading a book, you know what I mean? It's whatever is going to make you feel good in your the article said in your mind and your soul and your body, your spirit. I'm really trying to pamper myself a little every day. I felt dumb meditating at first, but I look forward to it now. That's awesome, Joe, because I've been talking about needing to start meditating. I get so busy and I gotta, well, I do say no to people. I say, no, I'm not going to go do that. But it seems like even when I say no a lot, I still have a lot of yeses. So I need to slow down, I think, and work on that. Because I even got one of those little meditation bowls. Coming out of my funk, I have to clean every pot and pan as I didn't have the energy to clean anything. I look like a hoarder. Oh, my counter gets, on those days, those difficult days, my counter gets cluttered as well. Yeah. And those are the days where I go, this is my self care. I'm not going to do the dishes today. If my husband wants to do them, he can do them. And he doesn't bother me about that stuff, anyways. He's a good guy. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. That's my key, not feeling guilty about not doing it. And like you were talking, Joe, feeling useful. It makes me feel useful. And some days I just need to calm down and just relax as well. But that's the thing, knowing what you need. It's not the same every time, but know what you need. And if you don't know what you need, there are resources and things that you can check out. Um, if I remember, I'll put the Mighty in here. It's a mental health resources where I usually get my articles that we're talking about, or Google. You can Google it too. Google. Why can I not say Google? It's very strange in my. Um, anyway, what was I talking about, guys? I don't remember now. Anyway, your self-care can be whatever you deem caring for yourself. Don't let anyone else tell you what self-care is. It is what you need it to be. And for me, it's different every day. It's different every day. And I try not to feel guilty about, something that I didn't get done today. The guilt is hard for me. I had to work hard to remember it's not my fault. I'm disabled. I'm lucky. My husband is great. He helps me feel important. For me, feeling important is big self-care. Yes. Yes, I agree. I agree. And that's the first thing that happened when I went off work and I didn't have an income. And I just, I didn't feel like I was in a depression for quite some time then too. I go in and out, you know. I try to catch myself quicker so I'm not sitting on the couch for months just vegging out. But yeah. And it is hard to remember it's not your fault you're disabled. It's not. It's really hard to remember that though. Why is that? Because we've always just done, you know, go, go, go. And then all of a sudden we can't go anymore, or at least not the way we used to. And that's what I'm getting used to, that I can't do what I used to do. So, mm, I don't feel guilty about it, but after a week of having to clean to cook, I regret it later, but I know I'll get it when I feel motivated. Right, Melanie? Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let. Oh, I didn't turn my lights on. Do I look okay, you guys? I didn't turn my lights on today. I got the window open, though. That's why. So, yep, I got the windows open. I got the blinds open. I am sun everywhere. Come on, sun. Come on, sun. So, and also, Joe, I don't know if you, when I feel good, and my sister does this too. She has fibromyalgia. I do not have that, but I tend to overdo it and then I'm paying for it for a couple days. And I need to figure out that balance. And I know that takes time. That takes time. But when I can't do something, it really, I'm like, I'm a problem solver. I'm like, okay, so if I can't do it, how can I make it so that I can do something similar? Or do I need a walker, a cane? What do I need? It's not bad lighting. It's okay. Thank you, paranormal. Because I don't want to mess with it right now since we're already into the live and we've only got like half hour left. So yeah. But I'm glad it's not too bad. I can see my face, so I'm hoping you guys see what I see. Mm. Yeah, I struggle with those balances still after 16 years. It's just it's and I'm new. I'm new to it. It's been 2 years. Has it been 2 years? Um yeah. Yeah. It'll be 2 years in September. So it hasn't been 2 years yet, but it is a balance of uh, and again I go back to the spoons. How many spoons do you start with? How much and you expend the spoons with your activities, and so I'm still figuring that out too. The lighting and sound is great. All right, no, thank you so much. I love this computer. But I do sometimes like you know you're on your phone all the time and you're using a touch screen. So sometimes this is a Mac, so it's not a touch screen. That's one of the big things about Windows is you can get touch, you know. So I sometimes will go like this to scroll. I'm like, no, that's not working. Why is that not working? Because I'm used to the cell phone. So StreamYard class. Melanie, I want to write that down that I'm gonna message you about StreamYard. And then if Jamie comes back before we end, we can talk to her as well. We are talking about starting up slumber parties again. And I don't have a problem with the name slumber parties, even though we're not going all night. My boyfriend is a pig, doesn't clean. So if I don't clean, it piles up quickly. And I'm overwhelmed walking into my kitchen within a day, but I get to it eventually. Men are just, well, not all men, but when my husband cooks, he makes a huge mess, huge mess. And yeah. And so like to make myself feel useful, I started doing that. Um and now he doesn't do dishes unless I ask him to do the dishes. And I do ask him sometimes. So Jim's computer is touchscreen, mine isn't. Yeah, this one's not either. But it's a great computer. You can see me really well, you know. So and I usually record on my phone, my cell phone. The only thing I do on my computer is lives, basically. And then we'll do lives on my phone if I'm not at home. But yeah, the balance is a big deal. You know, that's something that you have to kind of learn. I am a StreamYard I'm in the StreamYard Facebook group. They have a lot of stuff to support, etc. Also the person who owns is in it. Oh, okay. Um, is it just StreamYard on Facebook that you can join? Um, because that might be something too, Melanie. A StreamYard Facebook group. They have lots of stuff. I know that the creators are involved a lot in their teaching. Jim does the dishes. Started 16 years ago when I was working. Yeah, my husband will do them, and we used to split. I used to do the laundry, and he used to do the dishes when I worked. But now that I'm not working, and I do the laundry still, and I picked up doing the dishes. We have a dishwasher though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing them by hand. And sometimes I just don't feel like loading it. And if I've had a bad day, I'll say, "Will you please do the dishes?" I'll be 43 in 7 days. I usually don't struggle with age, but this year I'm struggling with getting older. Oh, you look so good. You look so good, Joe. Yeah, don't even worry about it. You look so good. But it is difficult. I know it's difficult. So I'll be 54 this year. Um, and also happy birthday. And it's good that you have good support, Joe. That makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Um, and especially when we're getting older and we feel when you're in your when you're in your great health and you're young and you just don't realize how awesome you are at that time. Um, it's easy, it's easy as we get older and then things start to, we have disabilities or we have issues or whatever. Um, yeah, it starts to bother. I was like 42, I think, when I started that. You know what bothered me, Joe? And I know you wear glasses already, but my close-up vision, I'm an electrician, so the big deal at work was all the electrical stuff has teeny tiny letters on it. And so whenever any of the older guys would need something checked, they would hand it to me so I could look at it and tell them like it's 15 amps or 20 amps or whatever. Well, the day I couldn't do that, that was I felt less important or less than. I felt like one of the things that I could do, I could no longer do, and that really bugged me. I was about 42 when that happened. Yeah. I'll be 49 in June. Ugh. You look great too, Melanie. You look great too. So, but I know it's like the years they don't stop for us. Like I said, this last week flew by. The last time I talked to you guys flew by. I'll be 46 in September, Miss Jamie. And she looks really, really good too. We're just all a bunch of hot people in here. All a bunch of attractive uh YouTube people. I can't remember who was I talking to, my sister. Oh no, I was on Monday. I went to who's live. You know who's live on Monday. Ask Mondays, Wicked Awesome Lifestyles. And the question was, would you rather be fat or would you rather be beautiful? And I said beautiful because I'm vain. Being fat, if I was really worried about it, I could maybe lose weight. But if you're ugly, you just ugly. And sometimes it's your inner ugliness that comes out and makes you ugly. I don't realize how old I am till I look at my kids, darn kids. Oh, yeah. Feeling like you're less capable, it creeps up on you and never stops. That's exactly. I think because my pain is worse this year and I have so many doctors this year, it's making me feel old. Boy, those back-to-back doctor's appointments, they take it out of you. They really do. I'm sure now that the sun is showing itself, I'll start to feel better. Yeah. Yeah. And Nona just turned 71, you guys. If you haven't checked out her channel, she is awesome and looks great. Definitely does not look like she's 71. But I do understand that about the doctor's appointments. It weighs on you and it does make you feel old. And then if you get a bad report, like Miss Jamie's high A1C, that just ruins your day, month, year. So I always feel better when the sun comes out. I definitely am affected by the seasons. Happy birthday, Nona. Everybody's happy birthday. Such an awesome group of people here in my chat. You guys are the best. Okie dokie. Let's see. Okay, self care activities have the opposite effect. In the end, they make you feel better and don't result in any harm, like the bottle of wine and all the things. You are so welcome, Nona. You are so welcome. Okay. And this is talking about things like spending too much. Let's see. I like this one right here. Jamie said she's crabby today. I would be too after that kind of a report. It's hard. It's hard. And you're going through a lot of stuff right now too. I learn a lot being here. Thank you, Nona. I learn a lot too. I learn a lot every day with the articles that we read. Um, and usually the topics I pick are so I can learn things. And I figure we might as well all go on this ride together. So, all right, let's read that next one. That's not to say that only 100% good for you activities count as self care. If you can afford to buy yourself an expensive new sweater, feel free to get it for yourself. If you want to enjoy a candy bar or a glass of wine after a hard day, go for it. As long as it's not something that you will later deem excessive or unreasonable, then there's no reason not to treat yourself, Turner says. And I agree. I agree with that. Um, oh, and is Jamie back? Jamie, I was telling everybody that we're talking about doing slumber parties again. And I thought that it might be interesting for everyone to weigh in on if they like the name slumber parties and just to give that little push over the edge that we might need to start them up again. My hair's getting grayer is hard, but I've had gray hair since my mom pulled one out as I was getting ready for high school graduation. So I did just start getting gray hairs. Um, I don't have any kids. I have a stepdaughter who I call my daughter, if you've heard me talk about her. So, my sister's head is almost 100% gray. She has, like, 5 kids. And, I say, "That's why I don't have a lot of gray hair. I'm just now getting them." 53. I started last year, I think, or, when they started when I went off work. That's when they started, or I started noticing them, I should say. I started noticing them when I was off work because then we have time to, peruse all our issues. And this is curly hair gone wrong. I did it last night and then I slept on it and oh man, you should without this it's like this big. So yeah. Okay. Um are we doing slumber party this Friday? No, I wanted to do it next Friday. If you're in, I definitely want to schedule it for next Friday for sure. Because I think Kim's Happy Place is going live the Friday after that, and so I don't want to step on her. Well, I don't have kids, and I'm like 75%. So my theory is wrong, right, Melanie? I don't know why I don't have gray hair then. But my sister, she's got all the kids, and she has a lot of grays. And she thought about just going, how everybody's kind of going gray, and I was like, yeah, I think it would be pretty, but she doesn't like it. No, she doesn't like it, so she's been still coloring it. Um, yeah, Jamie, I want to do it next Friday. Like I said, the Friday after that, Kim Kim posted she's gonna go live, and I didn't want to. I don't know how long she'll go. So I was like, well, let's do it the week before. Hers was the 23rd. So let me see. Where's my calendar? Oh no, hers is the 28th. So I'd like to go live on the 21st of April, which would be not this Friday, it would be next Friday. I'm not saying your theory is wrong, but yeah, I think I am wrong. Yeah. But it's my story and I'm sticking to it. As my mom is gray and my dad was gray. So I'm not sure where that gene comes from. I really don't know much about it. Um, and I don't my this is my natural hair color. I do highlights once in a while. And then when I do highlights, people think I'm blonde. I'm not blonde. I'm dark hair and I have highlights. So, but yeah, yeah. I'm okay with being wrong. It's all right. I got my giant water now. Since the whole kidney thing, this is a 40-ounce cup. I have two of them. I have been doing my best. I'm not always successful at drinking two of these a day. So I am on the water. Gotta take buddy potty. Have a great day. You too, Joe. You too. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up in about 20 minutes. So but yeah, so I started drinking. I'm measuring the water now because I thought I was drinking a lot of water, but I don't think I was drinking this much. And ever since the kidney stones, now I'm freaking out about that. I'm like, I don't want to get them again. Oops. Oh my. I got a little bit. My caffeine has kicked in, you guys. I'm a little bit excitable right now. No, wrong way. This way. You're wrong with little gray hair, not bad to me. Okay, let's go back to the article. Okay. While practicing self care is often touted as an essential way to help yourself, it's easy to understand why skeptics aren't exactly convinced. After all, if you're feeling swamped with commitments or overwhelmed by the state of the world, can taking a bubble bath really do much of anything? Well, yes, every one of us has limits, and it's taking care of yourself that helps you have the energy and well being to continue going, Turner says. If you don't practice restorative activities from time to time, then you run out of steam. And I think that we all know that. It's learning your limits, learning what is restorative to you, what what is self-care for you, and again, it's different for everybody. She likens self-care to putting gas in a car. You can only drive so far before you run out of fuel. But if you fill up every so often, you'll never have an empty tank. Okay. So like when your tank is low, you need to stop and get some self-care and and we already said it can be anything that will make you feel good or that will restore you, that will energize you, or it can be anything. The consequence is burnout if you don't fill your tank, which can result in poor sleep and inefficiencies. We see increases in rates of anxiety and depression, and if we're feeling more anxious and depressed, it can take more time to get our basic tasks done, which can add even more stress. Okay, so we already know all that stuff. Um, and we don't want to use self-care as something to stress us out either, you know. I want it needs to be something that makes us feel good. It needs to be something that like they said is restorative. And I think sometimes just being self-aware can be self-care. Like I feel like I need to rest a little bit today, not really, but on those days when you do, like, my body, my mind needs to check out just for a little bit and watch a movie, read a book, becoming aware of what you need for your self-care, not having people tell you what you need to be your self-care. So All righty. We got about 15 minutes. Let's finish this article here. Let's see. Oh, how to incorporate self-care into your life. Let's check this part out. I'm going to scroll up. Okay. So you're convinced that self-care is important, but how can you realistically devote time to it when you have so much going on, right? So much to do, so little time. If you're someone who is constantly thinking of others, it can help to look at self-care in a different way. Whoops, I just kicked myself off YouTube accidentally. Welcome back, Melanie. Rather than thinking about self-care as something you're doing for just yourself, picture it as something you're doing to help yourself take care of others. Miss Jamie, she's talking to you. You should not need an excuse to take care of yourself, but for some people, the excuse can be helpful, Turner explains. It's like the classic airplane analogy. If you're not putting your oxygen mask on first, I'm going to scroll up now, you aren't able to help others. And that's the truth. And that is the truth. So for people who don't do self-care or don't think it's important, I would say that same thing. I would say you are always doing things for other people, but you can't do things for other people if you don't take care of yourself. Yeah. So, and I say this as again, someone who's had anxiety and depression and who's been through it and is not always so good at self-care. So, okay. Uh, for some people, a daily self-care practice just isn't realistic, and that's totally fine. Instead of putting pressure on yourself to do something on the daily, make it a point to recognize the signs that you need a little self-care break. And I think that's really good. That's a really good recommendation because um, we can't always get to it every day, but we need to recognize in ourselves when we're at our limit and we need to fill that gas tank back up. There's not a set amount of self-care that people need, Turner says. Some people may feel they need more when they're tired, irritable, or distracted, and knowing those internal cues can help you learn when to dial it up. Now, here's the thing with that when I'm irritable and I don't feel like it, I don't want to self-care. The first person I neglect is myself. It's not being selfish either, right? Don't let people guilt you because you focus on yourself. That always annoys me. That annoys me too, Melanie, because you need, say that you are trying to take care of a medical issue and your family is like, when are you coming home? We need a babysitter. When are you coming home? We need a babysitter. You know who I'm talking to right now. They will just have to wait. You're not being selfish. You're taking care of yourself. Yeah. And guilt is such a strong emotion. It's very strong. So it's not as easy as it sounds, but recognizing the guilt in yourself can help you a lot. Like when I feel guilty about not going somewhere or doing something, I say, that for me, that's self care because I didn't go do this today because I'm taking care of myself, because I'm relaxing, because I'm not selfish. That was deep. LOL. Was that deep, Jamie? I hope that was. Yeah. If I'm not good for myself, how the hell can I be good for anyone else? Exactly, Melanie. Exactly. I totally agree. 100% on board. And this whole self care bandwagon, I think, can pressure people as well. You know, don't pressuring someone is going to make them less likely to do it. So I don't know what I was saying. I think I've had too much coffee today, you guys. I love my coffee. All right. Instead of, oh, here it is. Okay. For some people, a daily self care practice isn't realistic and it's totally fine. We already said that. Yeah, no pressure. If you're pressured about it, it's not self care, right? If you're guilty about it, it's not self care. If you're stressed about it, it's not self care. So instead of putting pressure on yourself to do something on the daily, make it a point to recognize the signs that you need a little self care break. And that's what I'm trying to do. Recognize the little things. Recognize the little things. Maybe you're extra tired. Maybe your mind is wandering a little bit more. I try to hi. Oh, okay. I'll be done here in a minute. Husband's home. So that's where I'm at right now with the guilt. Mad and me don't get along. Yeah. So it's got to be something that, I mean, and it's not selfish to put yourself first. Why do we think it's selfish? I think a lot of it is from taking care of kids or taking care of other family members. There's no right or wrong way to self care. It's not like working out and doing the incorrect moves that result in an injury. Exactly. It's what's best for you when you need it. Yep. I agree 100%. All right. We said there's no set amount. Some people feel like they need more self care when they're tired. Oh, I was saying that when I'm tired, irritable, or distracted, I don't self care when I'm feeling like that. Um, because I just, not till the next day, I'm like, maybe I need a break. Maybe that's why I had such a bad day. I need to take a minute for me and do something that's going to make me recharge, feel better. Yeah, and hopefully you will not cause an injury while you're self-caring. Alrighty, let's see. Let's scroll up. We might finish this whole article today. That was recognize your internal cues. Make mindful choices. But the recognizing internal cues is a big one because especially if we're in our anxiety or in our depression and we're not thinking, what can I do to stop this? We're just in it. Sometimes you're in it and it's hard to get out of it. Oh, what I'm trying to say, okay, if you are a people pleaser, it's hard for you to do things for yourself, or if you made to be a people pleaser because those people are selfish. Yes. Yes, it's if you're doing that all your life and you're not realizing it, you're draining your battery, you're running out of gas. What I'm trying to say is I'm so mad they canceled my surgery. I understand. I understand that I'm like to heck with it. Don't do that. I know that it feels like that. I know it does. Get that A1C under control and get it taken care of. You can do this. You can do this, and your family will be better for it. You can do this. You won't have to worry about emergency room visits anymore. You won't have to worry about getting a ride to the emergency room. You don't have to worry about any of that once this gets taken care of. And then you go back. If you're going to go, go back and then get a doctor there to put the new one in, and you won't have as many problems as you've had with having the state to state thing going on. So please reschedule that surgery. Please do that. Okay. Let's see. Did we finish that article? Can you hear the TV? He's got the TV is on, so I'm sorry if it's really loud. If someone doesn't let you take time for yourself because someone doesn't like you to, they're not good for you, right, Melanie? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's see. On the flip side, other easy way to incorporate self-care into your life is to make it a part of your regular routine. While you may not have 30 minutes to spare for a nap or knitting session, you're probably still finding time to eat and go to work. Instead of making self-care a separate activity, try incorporating it into your daily activities. One of the easiest ways to practice self care is to make mindful choices about things we are already doing. Turner notes. Get a vegetable or fruit in there when you're eating, or take a scenic route that's filled with trees when you're going to work. Yeah, a nice drive always helps. Every little act of self care you can carve out for yourself can help. Yes, every little act. It doesn't have to be huge. It can just be something small that you did today. I'm just tired of people saying deal with the pain like it's easy to deal with. It is not. It is not easy to deal with. Chronic pain is not easy. And people who think it is are crazy people who've never been in it. Um, because it affects not only your mobility, it affects your mood, it affects your quality of life, chronic pain. And I know that a lot of people who come here have chronic pain issues, and we do sometimes talk about it. I do want to do a live on that as well. Um, just starting to have chronic pain myself in the past couple years, being off work on disability and all the things. So yes, the pain is not easy to deal with, and that's why you have to get it taken care of, because your life will be so much better, and you'll be so much better for Decker. You really will. I know I'm just talking to Jamie right here, right now. We could save this for another time. Hey, Mr. J, how are you doing? So good to see you. This is something you need to get done. It's not going to fix itself. You're already suffering enough. Please try to work on kicking the soda. You are worth it. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Yes, Jamie, you are worth it. You need this. We were talking about self-care today, and we're also harping on Miss Jamie to get her surgery. Sorry, Jamie. I love you. I love you, my friend. Mm. And we know the pain is not easy to deal with. That's why you got to get this done. Get it done. Um, go back and see your sweetie pie Decker. Get and then follow right there with all the things that you have to do there. It's never ending, right? It seems like the medical stuff is never ending, and it can wear on you. That's another reason that you have to self-care in there somewhere. Um, and like I said, self-care, like everybody's saying, um, you just need to take care of you. Um, okay, we still have 3 minutes. Does anyone have any self-care ideas they would like to share? Because what I do for self-care is, in the morning, I love to just watch the news, and actually, sometimes I don't really pay attention. I just love to sit there and drink my coffee, pet my kitties, listen, check the weather, listen to the news a little bit. I like to watch there's a news show in Detroit called Fox 2 Detroit, at the 9, and it's more like it's not the hard they do talk about the hard news, but it's mostly fun. So, I love you too, and deep down, I know you're all right, just rebelling today. Okay, today you do that today. Tomorrow, you know, start anew. Try that Crystal Light. I think I haven't had it in years, but I think you might like that. And they do have flavors. I understand that, Jamie, but tomorrow is a new day. Try to do something small that's better choice for your health. Yep, yep, yep. Totally agree. Totally agree. So I don't know if we finished the article, but we came close. We came close. The bottom line, it says, okay, let's see if we can do that real quick. The bottom line, if the past years taught us anything, it's that we need support to get through difficult times. There's a marathon versus a sprint mentality. You can only sprint so far. With the pandemic, we need to take a marathon mentality where we're pacing ourselves and making sure we can make it to the end of the road. Yes. Yes. So, in summing up the self care, don't feel pressured to do it. Do what you need to do, and it doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to do an hour-long skincare regimen. Maybe you just wash your face. Maybe you just brush your teeth or just take a shower. Just do what you can do. Thank you, everyone. Love you all so much, and talking has helped a lot. You are welcome, Miss Jamie. You are welcome. We only want the best for you. Yeah, that Crystal Light is not the same tasting as the 80s. I like the sweet tea, grape, raspberry lemonade sounds good, etc. Yes. So definitely give that a try, Jamie. Definitely give that a try. And I will too. I think raspberry lemonade sounds yummy. I might give that a try myself. Because I just drink tea in general. I like unsweetened tea and I like flavored tea. Not super sweet though. I've never really been a big sweet tea person. I do once in a while enjoy a McDonald's sweet tea. It's from another planet. I'm sorry, it just is. But you're right, Melanie. I think it was in the 80s was the last time I had Crystal Light, so I need to check it out again. Mhm. Okay, everybody, that is all I have for you today. Have a great week and do self care where you can, when you can, and what you can. Don't let anyone tell you how to do it. And I think that's all I have. So have a great week, everybody. I will talk to you in the next video or next Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, yes, Mr. J. Thank you so much. Everything will work out, Jamie. Everything will work out.